I believe that 2026 is going to be a bear market. Therefore, I'm looking for coins to buy at the very bottom of the bear market, and so should you. Here are my top 5 coins that I am excited to accumulate at the bottom of the bear market. Before I get into it, welcome. You're watching more Coin Bureau. My name is Aaron Dishner from The Better Traders. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead with our first pick. You are not going to believe what this first coin is. The first one is Bitcoin. Guys, come on, please. Did you not learn anything from this market? While everything else was being absolutely punished while Bitcoin had this huge uptrend, Bitcoin was fine. It just kept recovering, kept going up higher and higher. Please do not fade Bitcoin. I know a lot of you that are new here. You're like, okay, why would I want Grandpa BTC? Bitcoin only moved up 600%. That's weak, Aaron. Super weak sauce, not even pulling a 10x. Yeah, I know. That's because it's Bitcoin. This is the one that started everything. This is the one that actually matters. It's the one that's going to hold up long term. This is the one that keeps making new all-time highs and it's not making new lows every single market. Yeah, that's the one you want to focus on first. So this is just a given. This is just a freebie. I got way more than this. So I want to start all of this off with a little bit of a disclaimer. These are all coins that I'm interested in. Does not reflect the desires or the intentions of Coin Bureau or even more Coin Bureau. I also care diddly squat for fundamentals, for founders, for metrics, for use cases, for throughputs, for whatever chain, all that stuff. I know I'm in crypto, but I'm a trader, okay? I am going to be sharing with you charts that I think have the best potential return on investment that are not just like these obscure coins you've never heard of, okay? These are coins that you probably have seen in the news. They probably popped up even here or on the main Coin Bureau channel, okay? So these aren't like random coins, but I am basing all of this off of the best potential return on investment, assuming we're going to get about a 75% haircut on Bitcoin, which means many of these charts will fall down 90 to 95 to 97, 98% from their all-time highs, okay? So with that out of the way, let's get to our first pick, Kaspa. Not many of you remember Kaspa. I do. I remember feeling so jealous for people that bought it, even here just at 0.003, because this thing had a disgusting rally. 5,000% just from the not the all-time high, but the listing high. That's a 3,000% increase. Now, has it been looking good lately? No, things have been looking bearish ever since here in September or October 2024. I don't know about unlocks. I don't know about changes in the hierarchy. I don't know about any of that stuff. Again, I'm just going off of the chart. Now, with everything that I just said out of the way, we know that Bitcoin making a 75% drawdown from the bear market, or rather the beginning of the bear market top, which is October 6th or so, we should not be expecting the same thing. A 75% move down for Kaspa has already happened. So far, it's at a max pain level of 82%. Honestly, I think this one and many other charts are going to go down a lot more. Ideally, we want charts like this to go way lower. The reason why is because we want to buy them again on the cheap. Buying Kaspa here in this range at 0.002 would be a dream. I also want to make it very clear in this video, I am in no way, shape, or form expecting the next recovery, rally, and top years for these coins to do anything like what we saw previously. There's no guarantees of that ever. Kaspa, for all I know, could be a completely failed project in disguise and they're just masking it, and it's just going to go to zero. We don't know this. But again, going off of previous price action and demand, even if it went up like half of that, even just up to here, that's a 3,000% return. That's amazing. That's an insane return, okay? So just putting $1 into this would give you $3,100. Does that make sense? Like, this is a huge ROI. Now, the danger, again, is there's no guarantees of this happening. We have seen so many coins basically just do nothing the next cycle. Like Link absolutely flopped this cycle, in my opinion. It had an incredible rally over here in 2018 at 17 cents all the way up to $50. 29 1,000%. It fell down here to $5 and it rallied up 500%. Massive letdown, okay? There are no guarantees of a repeat run happening. But again, I'm trying to find these asymmetric trades. So Kaspa is the first one. The next one is MYX Finance. Now, again, I don't know anything about these coins, the founders, the tech. I don't care. I'm just going off of price action. And you can call me foolish, but honestly, everyone that bought this rally, especially here on the week of August 4th, in 1 week made 1,444%. And it went up even higher for 12,000%. So you might not care about the tech or the team either, but you know what is a pretty convincing argument? Like a 20,000% return within 42 days. Again, I don't know about the tech, I don't know about the founders, but let's go off of the same assumption that we're going to see a massive drawdown. It's already down 86% from its all-time high. It's going to go lower. There's also a fair value gap on this chart, to be honest, right about here. So a good target, in my opinion, for MYX is going to be here about 17 cents. If that happens and we get some sort of move down here, even just going up half the distance, to a nice 6,000%. That's not even half. That's half the amount. But half the distance would be about here to like 178. That's still even $2. That's 1,000% return. Okay? That's not chump change. Okay? Again, the name of the game is how do we find the most crazy, insane charts and buy back as close to the bottom as possible so that way we get to run these charts up a second time. That's the name of the game. So again, Kaspa and then MYX. The next one is actually a practical coin, a practical trade. Some of you are probably laughing at the first two saying like, why would you ever pick those coins? And now Ondo might be tickling your ego saying, well, finally you picked a practical coin. Guys, cool your jets. Again, I don't care about the tech. I don't care about the founders. I don't care about the roadmap. I don't care about the release schedule. I don't care about the marketing. I don't care about the partners. I don't care about the socials. I don't care. I'm just going off of price action. The only reason I have Ondo here is because I personally think that Ondo is an interesting play. I like the RWA stuff. There might be better RWA coins. You will probably let me know in the comments. Thank you for doing that. But again, looking at this all-time low, which probably won't be hit at 8 cents, and it rallied up here, 2,500%, a very, very modest return. If we just take it from this low, it's only a 968% run. So why am I targeting this one? Well, because given the fact that it topped out here in December 2024, and things have already fallen down a max of 87%, it'll probably go all the way down here. Pay attention to the oldest possible charts, by the way. If you're only trading on Coinbase, the low down here, yes, we have been accumulating. Thank you very much, Aaron. You've been so helpful with that. That was an old one, by the way, from back over here. Some exchanges will show the low as 19 cents, but over here, this low is 8 cents. 19 cents, 8 cents. You want to focus on the chart that has the most history. So while it could fall down here to 90%, sure. And again, the same concept applies as with MYX and Kaspa. There are no guarantees it goes that low, nor are there any guarantees of it going all the way up, all the way back up, okay? Not at all. All right. But Ondo is one that I'm watching. Let's see, that's 3 so far, if I've not lost my count. And if you disagree with me on that, let me know in the comments. You're probably going to keep track. Good, let me know. Keep me on my toes. Except you won't be able to as I'm filming this, because I'm filming it and you don't even know this is happening right now. Number 4. Say what you will. Say what you will. Fartcoin was the most successful meme coin of this cycle. And I'm sure that there's actually way more price action to be shown. From over here, at least on MYX at 0.014 cents all the way up to 266. That's crazy. A 17,000% return. Even though I think the era of memes is done, there's still memes worth accumulating. Point being, a lot of people still ask me to look at the chart for Doge. Why? Nothing's happening with Doge. They've changed their meme coin to have some sort of mining aspect to it and try to make it somewhat passable as a functioning cryptocurrency instead of just a meme coin. But Fartcoin is just Fartcoin. But there's the beauty. It's just a meme. We could also say SPX 6900 would be kind of in here, but the only thing I don't like about SPX 6900 versus Fartcoin is that Murad is the only vocal person for SPX 6900. And I don't like that. I don't like how it's monopolized by one person. I'd rather it be anonymous and no one knows who's really pumping the price, to be honest. Maybe that's dumb, but that's what I think is better. So we saw this top out in January 2025. It's made a low so far of 93%. Surely that must be the bottom, Aaron. Remember, it's a meme coin. It does absolutely nothing. So if we can snag it down here at 2 cents and run it up the same amount, that's very, very hopeful. Looking for like somewhere like halfway, even to here, 800%, 1,000, 2,000%. That'd be amazing. I would love that. Okay. But we have to understand here as well, like, it's a meme coin. There's a lot of inherent risk with that, but it does have a lot of volume. It has good price action in terms of a meme. It's not just completely dead like WIF or Pepe or the other ones. At least that's my thought. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that was 5. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bitcoin is kind of a given. I have one more that I want to share with you, but I'm giving you the chance right now to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm waiting. And if you've already done that, leave a comment. If you've already done that, just smile. Zcash. Yeah, you knew it was coming. I'm sure you did. Now, why on God's green earth would I ever choose to buy Zcash, right? Well, if you bought it back over here in 2017 February, I mean, it did make a 3,000% run. Buying at the bottom, 2019 December, it did have a 1,100% run. Buying at the bottom here in 2024, 2023 in May, it went even lower in 2024 in July. It did post a 4,200% run. The thing you have to know about this coin is it also pumps at the end of rallies. So with that said, we can see a bottom down here to as low as $21, here at $28, here a lot lower. Here it went a lot lower, down to 22. It even went down this time to about 16. I think it might be smart. Now, the one thing you have to keep in mind is that this looks like it happened so fast. This is the weekly time frame. If you bought and you waited, you bought it right here, January 2024, and you were patient and you did it. Good job. You were waiting then for 672 days. For a really good payoff, to be honest. A 3,700% payoff. That's pretty amazing. But it's not going to happen right away. That's over a year, 96 weeks. It's over a year. Buying it here in January 2024, and the price goes up and back down, up and back down, up and down, up and down. So there's a lot of frustration holding a chart like this, but patience pays. So the coins that I think, well, rather, I'm going to be aggressively accumulating at the end of the bear market, Bitcoin, obviously, that's a no-brainer. Kaspa, MYX, Ondo, Fartcoin, Zcash. Again, I don't care about the tech. I don't care about the team. I don't care about the roadmap, partnerships, marketing. I don't care. The main thing I care about is making money. And so should you. That's probably why you're watching this video. And again, everything I'm saying, these are just my ideas, my thoughts, my imagination. And I'm very much sane. And I'm basing everything off. I like how I had to pause there for myself too. As if someone is going to come in through the room with like a straight jacket saying, no, he's not. He's escaped again. Understand that these are my thoughts. These are my assumptions. These are my theses. But I'm always basing this off of how can I make the most money at the end of the bear market to capitalize on everyone's max fear, max exhaustion, and understand that all of those entries took months to realize any type of gain. Just remember that part too. That's really important. Do not think for a minute you're just buying the bottom and instantly it's going to shoot up thousands of percent. No. Okay? And there's also no rush. Once we bottom out, it's not going to be like, we bottomed, okay, we're going. Like, it's not going to be like anything like that. So just remember, have patience, stick to your trading plan, okay? And understand that these are not the only coins. If you have coins that you think are even better investments by the end of the bear market, by all means, drop a comment down below. You're gonna watch this video next though, because you really need to know where I think Bitcoin's headed in 2026. If you missed this one, you definitely don't want to miss it again. I talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP price predictions, and another one in this video. So watch this, and until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.